All right, welcome back. Yeah, so anyway, it's been a minute, but anyway, October. So we're back in October 2024. So what's going on is getting ready for the Grand Nationals. That's going to be at the end of November, Tulsa, Oklahoma. We just put together the Bay Area BMXer bike. It's called a BABS. And anyway, we got it going. Everything's together. We got the Tunette wheels on it. So what we're doing today is these are the European handlebars called Renthal, and we're going to switch out the Renthal handlebars for the these are made out of aluminum, and we're going to go with the titanium handlebars from Alien Nation. So reason for the switch, nothing major, but it's a different bend. These are swept back in the Alien Nation bars, titanium 31.8, which means a larger diameter clamping system. They're a flatter bend, and you tend to get a little bit more power and rhythm going around the track. So anyway, everything's an advantage when everyone's training, especially when you're going into a Grand National or a final event at the end of the year. So anyway, we're swapping out the bars. We got the Renthals. These are the Alien Nation titanium bars. So swapping aluminum for titanium. No big deal on weight. People are, oh, what do they weigh? And none of that shit matters. It's the bends. So anyway, the Renthals are bent back, and the titanium Alien Nation bars are flat. And that's what's trending right now is flat bars. Any of the top riders in the nation, Deegan Brown type guys, all the way up to the top elite riders. They're all running the flat bend. So anyway, here they go. They're on, and that's how we're gonna run it. So yeah. So anyway, other than that, I've been back in the gym for about 4 weeks, feeling pretty good. Got my strength up. Now I just got to work on my leg speed, because people forget that, doing leg workouts and all that stuff is all great for your strength and power, but it definitely takes away from your leg speed. So you got to be able to do both. So now we're going into basically ride mode. So put in my 4 weeks at the gym. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop going to the gym, but basically you cut the workout in half and you pick up the other half off leg speed. So yeah, so we'll see where it goes with that. And then I'll start going out to the practice track, start working on my gate starts and stuff. My starts are actually pretty good right now, but you got to have that pretty much mastered by the end of November. So I think I'm going to go with the lower rise. So what I was trying to do is put in a little higher rise on the bottom, but I can already tell just by having my hands on the bars, it's a little too high. Let's go back to the standard bar height. So these are 8.5s. I really like to run my bars at about 9, but just doesn't feel right. So we'll go back to the medium shim and see what that does for me. Yeah, all right, that feels more right. So a lot of it depends on your front tire too. I'm thinking about going back to a big front tire. No one in the sport really runs big front tires anymore. Like a 1.8 is like considered big, but I'm thinking about a 2.0, just old school. So finally made contact with the threads. These new systems don't always work right. quarter turn here and there just to cinch it up, see how it lines up. And so once again, this is a 21.5 top tube with a 57 millimeter length stem. And it's oversized, so once again, 31.8 oversized clamping system. So yeah, so that feels right. So anyway, all right, we're back in business. So we got the flat bars on a long front end. And it's feeling pretty UCI. All right, dialed. All right, let's see. Brake lever and grips. So anyway, here's that California State Championship plaque I won early September. But ever since then, like I said, I after that weekend, I just got back to the gym. I stayed off the bike. I was like, okay, this is my chance to go get strong again. So anyway, transitions are good. And that's kind of what it's about, you know, about staying motivated. So just the fact that, you know, you can do both is pretty good. It's one of the few sports that you can be, you know, old and still kind of have a reputation and be considered decent at riding a bicycle. Having trouble with these Allen bolts on these bolt-on grips. What happens is where the Allen wrench goes, it's a little bit shallow, and when you go to put down, you know, a little bit of tension, they tend to strip right away. So what I'm thinking about doing is going to the local Ace Hardware store that we have here in town and getting some more or less stainless steel aftermarket bolts, because, you know, if 2 millimeters, 2 millimeter, or 3 mil, whatever they are, you know, I think they're 3 millimeter, but you know, they're selling these $30 grips that I run. Ore, it's a motorcycle brand, but they make bicycle grips also. The reason why I run them is because they're a little fatter, they're oversized, so it's a better grip, and a lot of people don't like a larger grip on their bike, but I find it more dampening, so less vibration in my hands when you're riding off-road. And also with the larger grip, you can get more pull, and that transfers into power. So you just have more to grab onto. So anyway, it's a fine line. Everyone's different, but these feel good. So, all right, looks like we got a winner. You know what I mean? So, titanium handlebars swapped out for aluminum Renthal European bars. So when I watched the Olympics this year, these handlebars were in the Olympics, so that's kind of cool. And they're very hard to get in the US. I met a guy who ended up getting like 20 pairs, but I would say 90% of people can't get these. So they're just, I'm not sure why they're not picking up distributors here in the US, but my buddy got it through the motorcycle side of the handlebar company. So Corey at OSM Factory Build. So he does custom e-bike and just any kind of bike build. So, but right now he's busy doing a lot of custom e-bikes. So, but yeah, this thing came out pretty good. So this is a second generation Babs Bay Area BMX bike made out of Oakland, California. And came together pretty good. Profile cranks, 4616. You know, basics. 90 seat height, 90 seat. New school wheels. You know, so yeah. Yeah, so very loud profile hubs. So yeah, so this is my second one. This is the first generation one right here. This is the purple one. So this one was the one I was riding a few years back. So yeah, so that's what it looks like there. Babs. So what's the difference? Well, now I got disc brakes. This one didn't have disc brakes. The tubing's a little bit thinner on this one. So this one, sure, this frame's a little tiny tad bit heavier, but stiffer is better. So just go with that. And everything changes. So, and then this was the GT that I rode for a number of years. This is a team issue GT, so anyone looking to buy one, it'll be in my garage probably for a little while. Definitely needs to be repainted, but who wouldn't want a repainted frame? So anyway, team issue GT. What's that mean? Just means it has the better aluminum, heat treated versus standard. Well, I think that's about it. So you saw it, we swapped out the bars. We still got the race ink right here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put the Renthals on the race ink. So I guess we could kind of do that right now. Some people might ask, you know, hey, what's the difference between the race ink bike and the Babs? And if you understand motorcycle language, this race ink is a 125, and meaning it's very, you know, brap, brap, brap. It'll spit you off. You got to be on your game. You can't show up on this bike and just think that it's going to ride itself. You know, you have to ride this bike. So it's a very 19 to 27-year-old spunky, you know, bike. The Babs is more of a everybody bike. You know, it's predictable. You know, what you put into it's what you get out of it. And you know, so it just depends on what your riding style is. I mean, if you can ride at the Olympic level, you know, this bike right now, yeah, sure, this is the bike for you. But, you know, if you can't keep your front wheel up all the way through what's referred to as a rhythm section, you know, you might as well be riding the Bay Area BMXer, because that bike's going to be forgiving. This bike, as soon as the front wheel drops, man, it feels like you broke your wrist or your shoulders come out of the boom, boom. It's just super stiff. So it's a whole different ride. But it's Olympic standard though. There's nothing on this bike that anyone would change, except for they would be running the you know, the $200 clip-in pedals, or the HT pedals. But other than that, I mean, this is what was pretty much on the starting gate. So race ink, carbon fiber wheels, forks, aluminum European Renthal handlebars. You know, they would drop the seat down. So yeah, it's ready to go. All right, there you have it. Ready to go. Gate starts, whatever. Dialed. Rental. Yeah, so that's what they look like basically. Weird crossbar. So yeah. All right. We'll see you. We'll just cut it right there. It's a good place to stop.